You
What's
did
his
that?
name?
Hi. No, you did that, you said?
He's not sticking.
Hi.
Past tense.
Hi.
That's Adam.
Steve.
That's Adam 1210.
Hi.
Two.
Here we are.
Yeah. You've grown out of that a little bit. I don't know.
Class of 78. This is my letter jacket.
I don't know. Yeah.
My letter jacket. You know why I'm wearing this
Why
letter
are you?
jacket?
I know why, but maybe these people don't know why.
This I purchased in the fall of 1976 when I got my first letter as a sophomore for football at Wisconsin Heights High School. That's the high school you went to. Graduated in 2014.
Sure did.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But I have this letter jacket on because this last weekend, our class of 1978 celebrated our 45th class reunion. And everybody says this. Everybody says it. It's just what old people talk about. They talk about, when I was 18 years old, I couldn't even fathom being 45 years old, let alone being 45 years out of high school.
Yeah. I can't
amazing.
fathom that right now.
Yeah. How many years you been out? 9,
2014 will be, 2024 will be 10 years. So next year will be our 10th, which is also crazy. It's amazing.
Well, and the other reason is kind of I don't know if this is a silky segue at all, but Ellen Trager was in my class, and she graduated in 1978. Her dad, John, is our special guest for the next few middle portions of our podcast. This is episode 73, and coming up in about 30 minutes, you'll be hearing from him. Took a little ride with him because he is a civic leader, a commerce leader. He owned a grocery store for, 30
Many
years
houses,
or something like that. Yeah, owned houses. And
he makes a joke that
stuff
he
like that.
moved 4 blocks in 92 years.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll
so we're going to
him-
have him
yeah.
as our guest. Yeah. And we'll also have
the regular first segment, and then
we won't even talk about that because we don't want to overdo it.
Yeah, that's one of my things, pet peeves. I don't like going over things multiple times, so it's my fault.
Yeah.
But then we're gonna do some would you rather's, and I'm gonna bring those this time.
You think I've outgrown this? What part? I mean, it's kind of short.
Yeah. Well, I don't
was
think
the
they're always
style?
made the big. Well, you're off mic, so I'm not sure how well people can hear you.
Well,
but
I've gotten probably thicker and bigger.
your hair has changed quite a bit, though.
My hair's changed drastically. Those classmates are going, wow.
Who's that guy?
How old can a guy get?
Yeah.
Do we look that old, they're saying?
They're saying, wait a second. I'm that old.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, enough about our class.
Yeah.
But looking forward to being back and doing our 73rd.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Bill DeWeese, pro voiceover talent and voiceover career coach. And this is the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
Some people are excitedly wondering why I have my old letter jacket on and my class of 78 pin.
What could it be?
Are you guys excitedly wondering what it
No.
is?
Well, I know already. You talked about
He's
it.
usually the one that has all the
You
Heights garb on.
You talked about it in the either the commercial or the warm up. I can't remember. Maybe both.
I don't know. I
don't
don't
know
think
either.
so. I don't think so. Well, this last weekend was my 45th class reunion. And so we celebrated just a little gathering of about 50 people at the Riviera Bowl in Sauk City.
Nice venue.
And so, yep. And that's why I've got this on. I bought this in 1976 and graduated in 1978.
So
45
that's
years
47 years old.
ago. 47 years old.
That shirt.
Yep. And here's the thing. I don't want to go off on a tangent here, but here's the thing. when
we've changed it to Todgent.
when I got this letter jacket, I was proud because I got a letter as a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was proud of myself, but I didn't want to be one of those guys that like the seniors and juniors kind of said, show off. Why are you wearing your letter jacket? And so I put it away. Mm-hmm. And then I hardly wore it my junior year. My senior year, it wasn't cool to wear your letter jacket. You got other jackets to wear, kind of cool jackets. Yeah. And so it's really in pretty good condition for a almost 50-year-old jacket.
You should wear that to your, you should wear it to your,
you mean, I should have worn it.
You should have worn it to them. Sorry. Yes.
We're recording this just the day before. So,
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the 73rd episode of the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast. And just a little tease, we have in the middle section our ride along with John Trager.
Ooh,
and John Trager's oldest daughter graduated with me.
Oh.
So Ellen was a classmate of mine. Mm-hmm. And so there's another reason why we're celebrating. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Hudson's here. He's the executive producer right over there. John is producing the program, the episode today, and Joe is at Information Central as per usual, ready to look up any information we need to keep us looking as smart as we possibly can. Drew.
It's a tough job.
Works full-time in the bonds department of West Bend Insurance, and he almost always seems to get a call right at the end of the day on Friday. And so he'll be joining us pretty soon.
That's true.
So all yours, Harris Brando. Load it up.
I don't know. You set the table real well. We missed everybody for 1 week. Mm-hmm. The Labor Day weekend got us. We were in Michigan, and now we're back. So thanks for punting last week. I know it hurt a lot of people to not have us around. A lot of people. A handful of people.
Drew talked to a regular listener, Peyton Flammy.
No.
And Peyton said, I missed you guys yesterday.
Well, that's good to hear.
Hey, wouldn't it have been funny? Wouldn't it have been funny to be in all of the people's rooms or whatever on their phones or something and watch them when you and I made the announcement, we were to see what their reaction would have been. No way! Or they would have went, oh, good. I feel guilty when I don't watch.
Or they didn't even watch it, and they didn't even. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, let's jump right into Wisconsinites Weekly since Joe is primed back just from a full day of school at the Wisconsin Heights University.
Was it the first week of school?
Yep.
Wow.
So next week is homecoming week.
Ooh, already.
Wow, quick. That's right.
And Monday was Generation Day, where the seniors dressed up as senior citizens, juniors as adults, sophomores and freshmen as teens or tweens, and middle school are dressed up as babies, and staff is the dead. That's what it says.
Oh, tough.
Whoa.
Then
anything about death.
And Tuesday was Color Day. Seniors wore blue, juniors wore pink, sophomores wore red, freshmen wore brown.
Bread? They wore bread?
Yep. Eighth grade wore yellow, seventh wore purple, sixth wore gray, and staff wore tie-dye.
Hey, did you guys do that kind of stuff? I mean, not exactly that kind of, we never did that stuff. Like we had homecoming week where you'd have a bonfire and you'd.
I think this is kind of taken over.
You guys have had more fun than we did.
Think so?
Oh yeah, we had. This was not a good idea. And this is why I remember we had Toga Day.
Oh,
so not smart. Not a smart plant. I don't think they do that anymore. And
see why? Huh?
Yeah. Anyway, I just remember that. And
then today,
definitely not participating.
Today, Wednesday, is Adam Sandler Day. So they've just gotten done with that, which is just baggy clothes. That's what you're supposed to wear. Then Thursday, so tomorrow, is anything but a backpack day. You're supposed to bring something.
Oh, like some sort of bag to bring your stuff.
Yeah, like a plastic bag
or something like that. Yeah.
And then Friday is Vanguard Spirit. So you wear your Vanguard garb.
Sometimes usually Friday was that day. Probably have a pep rally, don't they? Probably used to have a pep rally at least.
Do they have letter jackets anymore?
Oh, I'm sure
they're
Jostens.
rally.
Plug Jostens ad there as a reverse sponsor.
So that's that.
And there also sometimes would be you'd have like 70s day or
hunting.
pajama day was pajama day was usually just a
Your blaze orange
Yeah.
for hunting.
Anyway.
Deer hunting.
happy homecoming.
Yep. And then this is what's coming up this coming week. So
on the board
Thursday,
there.
September 14th, it's homecoming week. There is a middle school cross country meet on
Nice.
that Thursday at 4:15. Volleyball, 8th grade and 7th grade at 4:15. Boys soccer, varsity boys soccer is happening
Dookie Meister's here.
at home against Richland Center.
If that's better than that, you can adjust the question if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you can. If you can't, that's fine.
Then that same
Welcome.
day is
It's got a smirk on his face.
volleyball at home as well against Waterloo, the Waterloo Pirates, at 6:45 p.m. Friday the 15th, the football team
A bit more.
is at home because that's the homecoming game.
No.
There we go.
That's Friday the 15th at home for the football team against North Crawford at
Ooh.
7 p.m.
Yeah.
Saturday the 10th, 8 a.m. Cross country is at Norsk Golf Club.
They're
House
golfing
or-
instead of
Yep.
running.
Yep. And then Tuesday the 19th, the boys soccer team is at home again against Columbus at 5 o'clock. And then at 6:45 p.m., the volleyball team is at Marshall.
Wow.
And that's the slate of games and such.
Hey, we just got some information from our next door neighbor, Darwin. The new basketball coach. Don't say it, Hudson. The new basketball coach, Nolan Krenz is his name. He has a world record. Do you already know? Don't say.
I've heard.
You guys have any idea what the world record? Look at no.
You're asking John because I heard my windows
Okay.
were open and I was in my studio and I could hear. But
John,
ask John,
what do you think? Just it's a sports thing. What do you think Nolan Krenz holds the world record for?
What did he play?
I don't know. Just guess.
Well,
Just
look
any
at-
sport. Don't look at the board right now.
So it's going.
Longest drive?
Well, you're in the right sport. I think most holes of golf played in a year,
Yep.
like what, more than 18,000 holes. This is our.
Is he retired or
I'd like to know what
No,
his. I'd
no.
like to know what his overall score is.
Yeah, I
That'd
mean,
be interesting.
I can't imagine
Not
that
that it
he's not a
matters that-
pretty good golfer,
yeah.
especially if he takes his time. But I guess Darwin said that he plays up Norsk Golf, coaches golf at Mount Horeb. This is all. Hey, Damon, put the disclaimer up here because this is all just news, if you will, that we heard. So we're just passing it along. But he's our new varsity basketball coach, and he has a world record, not in basketball but in golf. More than 18,000 holes in a year. He's only 30. I don't know how old this is. It says he's only 32 years old.
June 22nd, 23, so he's still, unless he turned after,
Yeah.
he had a July or August or September,
Anyway,
September birthday.
That was shocking to me. I never would have guessed that. I think he works at Pick and Save.
Okay.
And then he just golfs other times. But because that's what, like 48 holes a day you have to average.
Wow.
There he is right there. Boom.
He's got a nice swing.
Anyway, I just wanted to get that out here since it's Wisconsinites Weekly.
Works at Hy-Vee.
Oh, Hy-Vee.
Oh,
okay, my bad.
They're right there. 72 holes a day is normal for him. In the summer, 36 is a disappointment.
That's 3 rounds.
Yep.
In a day.
Well, yeah, but it's only 9 holes there, Dad.
Oh,
That's how he does it. He does it
So that's 4.
forwards
That's
and
4.
backwards.
yeah. Maybe he plays other places, but
Yeah.
The one that
anyway,
offered
that's
that
it.
golf
I
day.
just
We'll play
wanted
him on
to
those
throw
9
that
holes.
out.
Who cares? That's a lot of golf. That's
Congratulations,
45
Nolan.
minutes.
and
play
that's
now.
our Wisconsin Heights Weekly.
Yeah.
So Johnny, on to you. Dad has a couple things as well after John. Adjust. So go ahead for Mazomanie.
You mean that was?
Yeah.
Oh, let me say,
So I've got 3 things happening this Thursday.
You didn't start that.
I didn't start the clock. You know why?
Because Drew wasn't there.
Because I just said freewheeling today. Just freewheeling. We're not even keeping track. I'll
been
start
off
it
for a week,
I'll start it
so-
after our interview.
It's okay.
So 3 things happening this Thursday. Thursday, Kelvin Hines is performing at the Iron Hop Tap House at 6:30 Central Time. Cruise In was happening at Gordon's through the summer, but it's still going on. So I guess they're still
It's the
considering
fall
this a summer.
cruising.
Yep.
Video of that, I think. See if you can look that
Yeah,
up.
check it
Mom
out.
said she sent it to us.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
she
didn't.
sent it to the computer.
I didn't look for that.
Keep going. We'll
Sorry,
we'll come
I
back to
didn't know
that.
that I was
Oh, we
supposed to
got
look
one
for
more.
that.
Blow this
That starts
for
at
us.
5:30 and goes till question mark.
Oh,
So Oh,
Or would that have
that's
been sent,
Thursday as
Dad?
well.
Huh?
Where would that have been sent?
To my email, I think.
And then I haven't brought this up for a while, but it's still going on every Thursday. Whether
lights are
it's
getting put up?
raining, snowing, storming, whatever. The ladies down at 1855 are knitting and crafting. That starts at 9:30 in the morning to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. So don't forget about that. All levels invited.
oh,
So,
top-rated crafter.
yep. Lastly, I'm not sure. This doesn't have to do with Thursday. So this is just kind of maybe Dad has more information. And
Most
so here I
likely.
am, the one that's head over CEO of Mazo Sitewise, and I don't know, but the Family Dollar still the talks about what's happening there. I thought I had heard that the easement, is that what they call it, so that you can get
Yeah.
had been kind of figured out. I thought you had maybe said that, but the scuttlebutt on what's happening Mazo is that it's kind of dead in the water right now, and that Mon can put up the
Disclaimer.
disclaimer there. But people are saying that the easement has not been able to be figured out, and that, you know, if you look over there, maybe I'm breaking too much news here, but because you'll have pictures of it, but
He will.
I mean, it's very weedy. I mean, it looks like.
Well,
I'd like to
Do
know
you
how
have,
much
do you have
money.
more? Do you have more?
Well, I'm just
because
no.
we
I
can
just
go to that
Yeah, let's
picture
go
if
to
you
that.
want. Go
Let's
to
go
the
to that.
picture.
Well, I would like to know. It'd be interesting to know how much money they spent on that already, buying it and then
Clearing
Clearing
land.
it. That was a big deal.
And
They
now
had-
it's growing back up,
Maybe
Anyway,
they're
that's
restoring
That's
the,
the news
prairie.
right there.
restoring the prairie.
Maybe
They
that's
cut
what they're
down the
doing.
trees, deforest,
Yeah. And restore the prairie.
the prairie. Makes sense.
Okay. Let's take a look at those pictures. First one, Joe, will be the picture of the Family Dollar. It's probably
What
a
it's
half
going to
an
be,
acre.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Where it's supposed
It
to
was
be.
all nice and cleared off. I mean, it was a forest.
Supposedly supposed to be.
A very deep, thick forest. But now,
Oh, wow.
you can see that it's grown up. I mean, those weeds, some of those weeds are almost waist high.
How far would you? How long? This is
See what I mean? Those weeds are so okay. So again, I mean, we're just some of these aren't
facts.
jokes.
Yeah, some of these aren't jokes. We're
reporting
just
the
reporting
facts.
facts.
We're just reporting the facts. Some of these we're not making this stuff up because I just took a picture 3 hours ago. That's what you got.
Oh, they're running that Porta-John on solar. That's kind of
That's
nice.
nice. Yep.
Yeah. So
I wonder
anyway,
how much that
I have
porta
no
potty
idea.
costs.
I have
too, to
no
sit on
idea
there.
what they're doing. And John's point is that there was originally the scuttlebutt that, hey, they didn't have an easement. They didn't check that out.
Yeah.
And so that's
No,
why
oh, Joe.
we, they couldn't do it. Okay,
That
Joe.
is a nice
then-
curb and gutter right there.
And then we found out from
See, those are
somebody,
how high the
they
weeds are.
checked that all out. They're just, it's a family business and they're just taking some time off. Then we hear that now, I mean, it's still sitting there. So, I mean, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah.
We've got questions. You've got questions.
Yep.
We don't know what to do.
Yep.
Yep. Have they figured out the sewer and water that supposedly was an issue? They didn't have that. Did they figure out where their retention pond would go? They're not probably going to share it with competitors down just a little bit down the road at Dollar General. So
No,
they've got
of course not.
supposedly that
Very small
issue. The easement is obviously a huge issue, and there's been other issues that I've heard.
Yeah, now they can take that runoff barrier there because they've got plenty of grass and
Silt
weeds.
fencing. That's silt fencing.
Yeah. They don't have to worry about it, any kind of runoff or erosion.
It's an interesting.
It's a turn of events
right now. Yeah,
it is. This is a little town, Mazomanie. It's a big deal.
Jerry and Larry, when we were setting up they were talking about it, and they were also saying their belief was that they didn't have easement. So that's.
I don't know what to believe, but again, we're just here reporting facts. We're not making. We're just observations.
Yeah.
Observations.
Go off again, I think.
So anyway, let's go to the one that's over by Wick. Okay, now this is the new Wick. In fact, that's Tim Wick's truck there because I saw him get out of it.
Tim's company
the
truck.
one right there to point your pointer right there. Yeah, or your
right
finger.
here.
So, but that wasn't. Hey.
Oh, look at Dad. Dad
So-
took another picture with
That's
his
what you
finger
get when
in
you
the.
play around, Joe.
Did I really?
playing
Yeah.
Don't show it
Go
yet.
to the next one.
No, not yet.
He's
Not
got-
yet.
he's
You'll
got his-
spoil-
he's got
you'll
his-
spoil my
Hey, don't
fun.
show that. Hey, come on. Show.
So this is the Wick parking lot that was just redone.
Yep.
We've been taking pictures of that. But what I wanted you to see was the new workout center. What's it called again?
Mix it up.
Velocity.
Velocity.
Lots of activity there.
Yep.
But we're still. Some of you, I think,
I'm
are
out.
already. You're out.
I'm out of it
You
as
said it
of
was going to be
yesterday.
August.
Nope, I said it was gonna be September 7th.
Okay, you said what?
I said December 1st.
Okay, I said October.
I said November. I said December.
I thought you said September 15th.
I'm looking at the date and I still can't get
Well, there's
it.
Wes.
I
He's
said
working.
I'm looking.
October
I said
6th.
September 15th.
Wes.
Wes Geezer's off.
September
September
15th.
15th. Okay, you're in good shape yet. What?
Not
tough.
really. I mean, we're a
What
week.
about you,
You got a
Joe?
week.
What did
and
you
they're
say
open up on a Friday.
when they're going to
Not
open
likely.
up? What'd you say when they were going to open
I
up?
think
Joe?
I said like November or something like
Okay,
that.
I said October 1st. So I might have
close.
a chance yet. Hey, slide over there to see that gray truck right there. Now zoom in. I want you to see something.
Okay.
This truck right here.
Yep. Now over to the right.
No, that's
Go over to the
Wes's.
right.
This is Wes's.
Go over to the right.
This is so.
Okay, see that guy bending over right there toward Roundy? See that guy right there?
Yep.
He is putting in.
Joe,
He's
Dad.
Dan's finger again.
he's he's putting in forms, and they're going
Oh.
to do concrete.
Oh,
You can't-
They're gonna have part of it. They're gonna have an outdoor workout area.
I know. I think it's just going to be a way to go around to the backside. That Joseph.
This guy right here.
Yeah, that's the guy, but it's so pixeled now.
Well, that's because you took a poor picture.
Okay, but you see right there, you can kind of see.
This
if
isn't
you make-
Wes.
If your imagination, that's not Wes.
No. This is Wes.
Joe,
works up
use your
here.
imagination, can you?
Anyway, there's going to be a new sidewalk out there.
maybe they
Sorry,
put him to
Wes.
work and they told him that he would get a little bit of rent off if he was doing a little concrete.
They got him
forms.
busting his
Yeah.
hump in there.
It's a good idea. Okay, next picture.
Okay, 1 second. I just got to zoom out.
Let's go to the picture of Dad's finger. There's Dad's finger. He always gets it in the camera.
No, you didn't get any
Long
other two.
fingers.
Okay, so
that's
Is
a
that,
false-
is that part of the
I wish I
construction
had a
there?
picture of
What's
Dad,
going on?
Dad, that's a false statement. Look
It's-
at not in this picture, not in that picture. Your finger isn't in it.
no.
Just this one.
It's
Maybe it's somebody running by.
Hudson-
in the
Dad-
rotation.
Dad
You sure that's
Hudson's.
not your head?
It could be any of
It
those
could be
things.
my nose.
But here's the thing.
This isn't Wes Keezer's house.
This is now don't go to the next picture because I'm leading up to something, Joseph.
I didn't.
So
Yeah, it's
I
nice.
wish
On purpose.
that I had a before and quote middle because this I know we're not quite to the middle here, but look at they've got a lot of the structure up here, and that was just a hole for a long time. But now during those hot days they didn't do a ton of work, but now the crew has really put up a lot of work. And drum roll, Hudson, go to what the place is going to look like
Okay.
when they get her done. Joseph, there, look at that.
Wow.
See that?
That looks nice.
Those
Yeah,
look
it
just
does.
like the ones down.
So yeah, and I
It
think
does.
I don't know. I
wonder
don't
if it's the
know
same.
what the I don't know. See on the right there, the
Right
far
here?
right,
Is that John Donald's house?
and then the far left.
Claybacks.
Oh, okay.
Far right or the far left. Those are supposedly like 1 story, 1 bedroom. I think.
Where's the White House? That
Well, that's just a.
It's a different neighborhood, Joe.
I don't even know if it's. I think it just might
Is
be.
that the Keezer's
is that
house?
Wes' house?
Is that Wes's
that-
house?
Wes is working up there too.
Or Wes.
Wes is going to get mad at us,
Yeah.
rightfully so.
Why not?
Anyway,
you're known as working all
That's
the
what
time?
it's
That'd be
supposed
good.
to look like when it's all done.
Yep, like this.
I don't know if it'll be that color or not.
Oh, and you can have a really nice car too over there if you want.
And Lindsay Hagens, who is taking, is kind of
She's in charge of this.
Charge of this. She's got her phone number right there. She's a reverse sponsor here on the original Father-Son Voiceover podcast. She doesn't even know it, but we're giving her free advertising.
Yeah.
There's the number to call.
Give her a call.
If you want to find out. I don't even know. They're probably all taken already because they're going to be so nice.
Bedroom ranch and 2 stories?
Yeah.
Count me in.
Oh, I see. So the bedroom ranch are the ones on the end.
Yep.
And
those
then
are,
the 2
and those
stories.
are wheelchair accessible.
Okay. And so there you have it. That's
It's got
what
to
it's
be a
supposed to
2-bedroom ranch, right?
I don't know. It just,
I think at least.
Is everybody
Guys.
around the area taking our color house? I mean, come on.
Yeah, they like that color.
Yeah.
Smoke
You guys
screen.
started it.
Smoke stream.
Can we get an original thought here?
They took your color and they took the color of Wes Keezer's house too.
Yep.
Is that one of the Parman's vehicles to the left?
Yeah,
out there,
it may have
Cole?
been.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one of
their
their gray
Highlander.
vehicles. Anyway, those are
Brad and Cam already moved in.
never thought about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's coming soon. I would think that it would be. Hey, we should have another bet to see if they open before the workout place.
Yeah, no.
They might. Anyway,
I don't think so. I think they've got a ways yet to go.
This house
So
here
that's
is very deceptive.
my little
Whose house is
information on
that?
Mazomanie Site-Wise. That's all I got.
Did you guys talk at all about the work we did down at the Wild West Days?
we did not.
Which
Well,
was just this
we
last
put
weekend.
we put on a show down there. It was this week.
Got to work with Aaron Wood. That was nice. That was
Aaron
fun.
Wood
I,
and Mark Mickelson.
Jerry and Larry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember their last names.
Nope.
Larry
Jerry lives
Hagan.
in
Larry
huh?
Hagan.
Merritt's or something like that.
Jerry, huh?
Merritt's was like one of their last names.
Yeah, I think so.
I asked
Merit
him.
badge. I think Jerry lived in Arena, right?
I believe so.
That's what
We
he
just
said.
called him Jerry Lee Lewis. That's what we called
We
him.
didn't. We did not. I didn't even call him Jerry.
I just call you Larry.
Yeah.
Did you guys get anything? You guys got paid, right?
Yep.
For
Mazo Mustangs,
the Mazo
yeah.
Mustangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had some food down there. That was
We worked
nice.
so hard.
Pulled chicken, pulled pork.
Bet you guys didn't get the
crock-pots
Timothy Award.
That's true.
Kind of nice.
Yeah. So we did that. So and then I umpired the kickball
Oh, you did.
tournament. I sure
right.
did. Yeah.
So
Had a lot of fun.
How'd you call it?
I'm gonna do the
You did. You
what's
did
his
that.
name?
Hi.
No.
You did that. You said.
he's not sticking.
Who
Hi.
cares? Past tense.
Hi.
That's Adam. That's Adam. That's Adam. 1210.
Aye.
No, I was thinking of
did,
Leslie
wow.
Nielsen.
And then he doesn't say anything for a strike 3 call.
Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he
Yeah.
just punches you
John, I was
out.
gonna do the Leslie Nielsen.
Because you know why? Because you know it as well that you're going.
You should bring a full vacuum cleaner down there to clean off.
That would be great. Nobody would like that.
I think they would.
I think
All
that'd
right.
be kind of funny. It'd be worth
Well,
it.
We're
don't
gonna
do
move
it.
on to
What?
Guess.
I can't guess.
Guess.
I can't guess.
Guess.
the.
I saw Peyton Flammy out playing
Tyler
catch.
talked to him. Said about it already. I didn't know you were gonna be on one during this time, so I stole your thunder.
Maybe I should show up on time.
Well, no,
Can't
that wasn't
help
so
it, you
much.
got
I
a
just didn't
real
know for
job.
sure you're gonna be
I
here.
also
so
missed
we
Chuck and
talked in
Judy's
that, in that
okay.
vein.
drive sale.
That's okay. I'm not worried about it.
Well, we do need to get to our interview. We've been talking about it for probably
Well, we
2
gotta
months.
get to Roy first.
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah.
that's okay. People
That's
haven't
okay.
seen Roy for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Roy's been walking these streets so long, howling the same old song. Roy knows every crack in these dirty sidewalks of Mazo, where hustle's the name of the game, and nice Roys get washed away like the snow in the rain. There's been a load of compromising on the road to Roy's horizon, but Roy's gonna be where the lights are shining on him, like a rhinestone cowboy, riding out on a horse in a Gary Koski rodeo. like a rhinestone cowboy. Getting cards and letters from people I don't even know. And offers coming over the phone.
I got a nice little scrape.
Full week on your eye. Yeah.
You're playing. Plays for keeps. Caught me with a toenail.
Mm.
Oh, it's just what it is.
Straight toenail. Did we run the music first?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Dawn could fit it in there.
I think we did. I hope Damon did.
I mean, he played some videos because he watched him while we were gone in Michigan.
Oh, Grandma's here too, by the way. And we've got some videos or a picture of Roy was laying up against Grandma on the couch.
Roy likes Grandma.
Yeah.
My wife's mother, Sharon, is here from Michigan, staying with us for a little bit. Kind of having a mini vacation and
From her problems.
And listen,
I want you to.
Roy has taken to her faster than most people. He does.
Yep.
He's a people dog, but he really likes Sharon.
Makes Joe
Really
mad
likes
because he
Sharon.
spent all that time
warming up to Roy and then Demond. So we were in Michigan a couple of weeks ago, and that's when we picked up Sharon. Becky's mom brought her to live with us for a little bit, and Demond bought a whole bunch of
Plethora
bones.
of toys.
with whose money?
And
He's got plenty of it.
we'll have to check our
Expendable
credit
income.
card.
Yeah.
Yeah, but such a nice fella. But we have bones that should last for a long time.
Uncle Demond.
And Damon got in a little bit of an accident in Madison.
That's right.
But this is about Roy. This isn't about Demond. And
It's true.
It is true.
We should
we should talk about with Demond.
Yeah, let's
how
have
that whole
Demond come up
process,
next
because it's his
week, yeah.
second accident.
Yeah. It was, and neither one of them are his fault.
No, exactly.
And it was always two older people that ran him down. So we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
No, I was gonna say Dad's people. Anyway, we are gonna start our series with John Trager, and I called it The Ride, but then.
But let's make sure that people know who John Trager is.
Okay.
Because there might be some people that either aren't from around here.
Tell us.
Or, well, John Trager grew up in the area. His parents were merchants here. And he's 92 years old. He has family members that have lived around here, and he's been a civic leader, commerce leader.
Civil servant.
He
Real estate owner in Mazo.
Yeah, he kind of owned the only real grocery store, fully grocery store, supermarket in Mazo. He had one in Black Earth, and he had one in Sauk City. And he's just kind of a fun guy, wealth of knowledge. He's got a lot of stories. Military man. Yep. And so we just wanted to let you know that's what you're going to get. And so really off the cuff interview.
And we're going to be doing about 30-minute segments of that interview. Mm-hmm. Basically, it's going to be multiple weeks in a row. So
just
hang so we don't lose the. So you'll be able to look forward to that. We'll play that for you here, and then we'll come back with a little something else, and then you can be on your way. So we'll be right back.
Hey everybody, it's Hudson here. That's Aaron. I'm over at Handlebar Performance, and you're watching the original Father-Son Voiceover Podcast.
How we doing?
Good.
You weren't supposed to answer that. That was for our
Oh, I'm sorry.
myriads of fans that are watching this.
Yeah.
Well, here we are, long awaited, and greatly anticipated. Ride with Mr. John Trager. We are heading on to Highway 14, or what's also known as Commercial Street, Mazomanie, and we're going to be heading down toward the Lions Club Park and picking up John Trager for a ride. We'll see what happens. As we always are, we're off the cuff, and we're going to see what happens with John, and we'll take him around Mazo. I don't know of too many people that have more knowledge and are more integrated into Mazo over the last many, many decades than John Trager. So looking forward to riding along with him and just seeing where the road takes us.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
I like that.
You've heard of comedians in cars getting coffee? Well, this is ride along with John Trager.
This is the ride with John
The
Trager.
ride, yep. Yep. So we're pulling off to Walter Road here. That's where John lives.
There's the new,
Quick
that's
building.
going to be Velocity right there.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that. Looking forward.
Supposedly September 2023, that's coming. And quick building to our right, Kroger off to our left.
I should have gotten that. I didn't really
That's
pan, but
That's
I'm looking forward to this. One, because I don't think I've really ever met John, but also, like you said, this podcast has been a learning experience for me as we've kind of grown to see the Mazomanie downtown and such become a little bit more lively now. And John was part of that the first time, or earlier on, and get to hear more stories about it. So, shall be enlightening.
Okay. I'll just go up there, and we're a couple minutes early. Let's see if he's ready to go.
Let's see, you're 62 then.
I'm 63 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellen and I graduated the same year. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my memories that I was short here.
I hear you. Yeah.
Well, I'll quick gobble this up and I'll
Don't
go
worry.
in there.
Don't worry.
That newspaper clipping, that was the picture that they had on What's Happening Mazo on Facebook of your...
Oh, this one right here.
Yes.
See that, John?
That was the picture. They had all sorts of comments and likes about you and your store and everything like that.
Well, these are started out to be my Hall of Fame and shame.
Hall of
And
Fame.
now they're mixed a little bit.
Yeah.
But some of these, as you can see, were saved from the flood. They
Oh.
were in my office. And they're just the interesting things. That dog I loved that we had forever up there. I have a dog lover, Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pepsi. I remember Pepsi.
Pepsi.
Yeah.
What kind of dog was that?
It was a mutt.
A mutt. Okay.
Yeah, one of its features was it licked herding, so it was I forget what kind do that or so good at.
Australian Shepherds or something, is it?
Yeah, I
Sheepdog?
forgot what it was.
Yeah.
And then the Enola Gay up there. You see that?
Right up here?
Yeah.
Oh, taken by Bill Schmidt. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He was on the ground crew on that on the Salmon Islands.
You were in the army.
Yeah.
I read your book.
Okay.
I'm about 3/4 of the way through it, and I
Okay.
want to tell you, this is my thinking on your book. It is very informative. It's blunt, and it's sincere, and it's very funny. It's very funny. I don't think it's just because I know you and I know your family and I know a little bit of your history. It's funny how you write. You write very well.
Well, you read about the author, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You read that?
Dad's been reading us the book.
Yeah. Do not expect too much, as while taking a no-credit English class at UW Wisconsin in 1953, we were asked to write a short story, 100 words or less about any subject of our choice. When it was time to be graded, I met with the professor who said writing was not for everyone, and I should find something else to spend my time on. Good advice. And then you have some disclaimers. But before we go on our ride, I did want to just read this one part. And this is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That it's blunt, it's real, it's sincere, but it's also funny. And I don't know if you meant this to be funny, but it was funny to me. Because people don't write this way because they're trying to sell the next book. Where I don't think you're trying to sell any books or sell...
But I'm writing a pamphlet now.
Oh, good.
So
Good. Well, this says, this is chapter 1, growing up and people who helped raise me. Just one paragraph. And this was hilarious. When I was 3, not this part obviously, when I was 3, my father died. I had a sister 5 years older than me and my mother to take care of me. The day after they buried my dad, all the other help started to arrive. My mother's sisters, Louise and Hilda, were the first, followed by my father's sister Anna. They made sure they were needed and made it clear that my mother was not capable of raising a family and running a household. Soon after, my mother's aged mother came to live with us. During the school year, we also had a teacher rooming with us. I don't even remember where we all slept. And then you say, one of the biggest problems with the help was that none of them liked each other.
Yeah, and that was so true.
I think that's just hilarious. Because people don't write that. They have to say everything you know, so like I said, you can sell the next book.
Well, this, from chapter 1 to 9, I sat down and things just flowed from my mind to the keyboard to the paper. Then I lost that skill. And I had I guess what they call a writer's cramp. And I tried from chapter 9 to the end to work on things, but it wasn't as good.
Oh,
it just didn't.
You mean it didn't flow as well?
No.
I see. I see. And how long did it take you to write your autobiography?
Well, it took a couple years because I took a sabbatical a couple times.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to run in and see what I can do with the restroom.
Okay.
And I wish I had some more coffee for you.
No. We will. We'll wait patiently. No hurry. No hurry at all.
In the home where I was born.
That would be wonderful.
And then when I was first married, log house and what have you.
Would you kind of, maybe you can take us on the places that you lived in.
Yep.
And then we can talk about the places that maybe you owned and rented the properties, and then we can talk about businesses and such. Does that sound okay?
That sounds like a good place
Look at that.
to start.
I mean, we're just our own bosses here, which is kind of fun. You've been your own boss for many years.
So we'll go this way.
Yep. Is the log cabin the one that you owned and rented then for a while?
Yeah.
That's where you were born?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I wasn't born there.
Oh, you weren't? Okay. Okay. All right.
Turn right here.
All right. So now we're going down Hudson Street.
Yeah.
This all here was just farm country when you were growing up, wasn't it? This was
big. Cy Jordan's farm was right there.
Cy Jordan, not Gaylord Knights, huh?
Well, after that it was Gaylord.
Gaylords, okay. Here's where the Walterses lived.
Yeah.
Ralph and Sadie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just a couple blocks here on the left end. That's where I was born, and I'll tell you when we get up there where to turn.
Yeah.
And that house that we're going to see was built in 1924. Another block.
Oh, another block, okay.
Yeah. And my sister came along this house right here.
Okay. And this is where your mother lived for many years.
Many
on the left here? This one?
Yep.
And I was born and raised there. I went in the Army and came back there and lived with my mother a little bit.
Now, John, as we turn the corner here and continue to look at this house here, your father passed away when you were 3 years old.
Yeah, 1934.
1934. And did your mother, was your mother teaching? Because she was a substitute teacher even when I was in school, which was amazing.
She was teaching. She kept the confectionery store my dad had all those years.
Okay.
And so she was a busy person. She loved the Greyhound.
Oh, yeah, we got to talk about that. Your mother would teach piano lessons to a whole slew of people.
Oh, goodness.
I remember my older brother, Tim. He was a fantastic pianist, it still is. And he took lessons from your mother, and I thought, boy, if I could learn to play like Tim, that would be great. Well, guess what? The first day I signed up it was a Monday morning. The first time I went to sign up for piano lessons, Marty Kramer, who was the gym teacher and basketball coach, had open gym. That he started it the same day, and I was torn. And I never took the piano lessons. Your poor mother had one bad student, and it was me. So what else do you remember? I mean, so many memories there, John.
A lot of that.
How long did you live there? You lived there growing up, and then when did you, was it when you got married that you finally moved out?
Yeah.
Okay. But you went away to the service in what year?
I was drafted in the Korean conflict. I
Okay.
was always glad it was a conflict because that sounded
Better than the war.
less like to get it killed than if it was a war. And that was in 1951.
Okay.
And I got out in 1953. And I lived here after I got out with my mother for a while till I met my wife.
Yeah.
And I didn't move very far. In fact, I've only moved 4 blocks in 92 years.
Oh, wow. Well, so this house was built in 24, you said?
1924. Yeah.
1924. Did your parents build it?
My dad built it.
He did. Did he build it himself, or did he have somebody build it? He had somebody build it. Okay.
He ran a confectionery store.
Yeah. Well, are you the type of person? So you've owned so many properties, apartment buildings, houses, and you've lived in some houses. Was that hard? Because Kendall lived there then, right? For some years.
Can continue on. I can show you where we lived.
Okay.
If you make the next left up here.
Okay. I was going to ask, is that hard? Go ahead, sorry.
The school was here.
Okay.
And I walked to school every day.
Oh boy, that was a chore, wasn't it?
Turn left.
Oh, turn left. Okay. Was it uphill both ways, like most
in the
areas?
snow.
You're in the snow. So was the old building there? Obviously, the old school and K through 12.
Yeah, original one.
Did you go to school when you were in kindergarten or first grade?
Actually, I went to kindergarten here, and then I went to kindergarten in Platteville again.
Oh, why Platteville?
Well, because I was pretty much farmed out.
Because of the passing of your dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
My mother's sisters raised me and what have you. So, then if we turn right here, we'll go to the second place. And this has sort of an interesting history.
Now we're going down John Street, which is appropriate.
Yeah.
Not named after you, I don't think, right?
No, not at the time. Here.
Right here, Dad.
Down here.
Yep.
Okay, that has sort of an interesting history.
Yeah.
That was built in 1931. It has a poured foundation.
Okay.
And my mother bought that in the old days before the government was going to solve all our problems socially and economically. Social, like somebody said, as Margaret Thatcher, I think, said, socialism works real good till you run out of money.
That's a good point.
Words of wisdom. Yeah. Anyway, when you became unable to pay your bills, you went to the county and you gave them your house.
Oh. Okay.
And then they paid your bills. And when you died, then they owned the house.
I see, okay.
And my mother bought this house from, I don't know what proceeds, for $1,000 from the pension department.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I bought it from her for $2,500.
Wow.
Now this is an inflation story built right into economics here. When I sold that house, I sold a group of 5 houses to Helversons.
Okay.
But I gave them all a value.
Okay.
And that was $45,000.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Then it sold for $72,000.
Really? Wow.
And you know who that was, but I can't think of his name.
Steve Moe?
Steve Moe.
Yep.
And then he sold it for $77,000.
Just keeps going up.
It's the same place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of refinements.
Yeah.
You know. Like,
Yeah.
When we lived there, we had what they called a space heater.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we lived here till Ellen was a little over a year old because she learned that the space heater was hot.
Yeah, I suppose. So you lived with your mother till what year were you married, Haya?
Jeez,
Was that 50?
I got a mental block.
That's okay.
58 was it? No. I just can't think.
No problem. There's a lot of memories.
You said you came home from the Korean conflict in 93.
No, 53.
53, sorry, not 93.
Yeah.
That would have been a long
That would have been
conflict.
a long service if you
Yeah.
served till then. But you lived here for how many years, John? Do you remember?
Just probably a year and a half.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So Ellen was a small baby.
yeah, Ellen was a baby.
Okay. And I was going to ask you another question about this house. So your mother bought this, then you bought it from her and
Yeah.
lived there, and then you sold it to somebody else and moved to another spot. Well, the question I had for you, even back at your mother's house, I know that after your mother passed away, then I don't know if you owned it or the family owned it, but Kendall lived there for a while.
Yeah.
Are you just kind of a practical businessman inside, or was that hard to sell, those homes?
Not
Wasn't
really.
hard.
No, the only thing I've ever had that I owned that I sold was the grocery store in Mazo.
Mm,
And I was sad about that because he wasn't good to my people.
yeah, I read about that in your book.
He, and I was sad about that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, anything else I ever sold was strictly an economic thing.
Okay. So it wasn't so much even the selling of Traeger's grocery store wasn't so much the sadness of getting out of the business. It was just
No.
that the employees weren't treated the way
Yeah.
you treated. And I heard so many people in that post, John, that we were talking about in What's Happening Mazo Facebook. There's a picture of Traeger's, I think it says Surefine on it.
Yeah.
And there were 151 posts in just a couple of days. That means that people connected. Most of the times those, get a few comments, but people commented over and over and over again. And there were so many people that said, oh, he treated us so well.
Well,
we really enjoyed working for John.
I had wonderful contrast to people today. I had wonderful employees.
Yeah, yeah,
That's great.
yeah.
The only ones that were a little disappointing, some people were with me for 25, 30 years.
Yeah.
The meat men were a little different. Like, somebody would call from the Prairie store and say, Sink to my trunk again, and they'd tear, so I'd have to go up and cut meat.
Oh, tough.
So I cut a lot of meat in my day.
You were always you became the butcher, huh? The meat cutter.
Till I got a new one, or he got out of jail.
Oh, no.
We can go down this way, and I can tell you a quick little story about that house on the right here.
You mean this one straight ahead here? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna just wave this guy on. Okay, so this little, is that like a, what kind of a house is that? Is
that
that
is
a
a
double wide? Okay.
And it was the second double wide that John Wick ever made.
It was, okay. Yeah. In Marshfield or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they hauled that down here.
That's where that was.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know. I knew you were friends with John Wick, and we're talking about not the movie guy that shoots people up,
right.
The guy that rides his bike down still. I didn't know, but you were kind of in business with him sometimes.
Well,
right?
He and I owned the farm together.
Off of Siegebrecht?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a lot of years.
Okay.
But when we drive around this way, then we'll drive around. Well, no, let's turn here.
Turn right?
Yeah.
I'm glad Mazo still isn't too busy. We've had 2 people have to pass us.
Oh, that many.
They're in a hurry to get somewhere in Mazo.
Oh, well.
All right, turn left here now.
We're back by the school. What street is this, Dad?
This should be Jane.
It's Henry Street. We're on Henry.
Oh,
right
Henry
now.
Street here, and then this is Jane. We're turning.
This is on Jane. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, now this house right here.
Yep.
I bought that one day.
The little blue one.
Right here, this house.
Yep.
Now, a fella, his name was Paulie, owned this, only he was way behind on the mortgage.
Okay.
at the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And I overheard Norm Scheidemann nail him in the store about it. And anyway, a conversation went on. And Karen Walter, remember her?
Sure. Yeah, Phoebe's.
She was the high school girl that was with me running the store on that 4th of July. Anyway, I said, what will it take to get out of this? It's $1,500.
Really?
Wow.
So we left Karen run the grocery store and we went over to the bank. And I bought that for $1,500. Then, and tax time came, I went to the village and bitched because they charged me for an extra lot back.
Yeah.
Oh no, they said that went with this.
That was a good surprise.
Yeah.
Which lot was it?
The one with the house and back, the double wide.
Oh, I see. Okay, and then you put the double wide on there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Have you ever had something like that happen before? Or after?
Yeah.
A big surprise like that?
Yeah, I've had some one of the properties I bought on the telephone, and I just didn't remember it as it was, and I had the fire department to burn it down. That's another story. We'll go by that way if you're interested.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll go down this way then.
Now, John, just one other quick story how our lives have integrated. In 1988, my wife and I and our oldest son moved back from Michigan. And I worked for you. Remember that terrible time in your life when I worked that one summer?
That
for
was
you? It
you were one of
the
those
drought year.
employees that
the
he was
drought
talking
year.
about, Dad.
And it was so hot, and I helped do something in this house. I did some work on the log cabin, and then I did some work on your house down on right by the park.
Yeah.
The house.
I
And-
remember that year.
And that was probably one of those. I was probably one of those employees that you had to. It was fortunate I quit in the fall because you were just ready to give me a pink slip. I think. John was just such a great employer. He really was. He was so nice to me. And I was also working that summer just picking up odd jobs for John and Helen Wick. And when I tell people that I was kind of a handyman that summer, they all laugh at me because they know how handy I am. I'm terrible at stuff like that. So you were in charity back then. You didn't even know it. You were paying me in a charitable organization.
John was being the government to you.
Ryan Stewart lived here.
Yeah, Roy Stewart. Yeah, the old postman.
And then this house, I lived in that house across the street.
Let's look at this one first, and you can tell us, and then we'll back up and take a look at this house. Because I forgot that you lived here, but then when I read your book, I remembered that your family. I think Kendall brought home to this house then too, or you remember?
Yeah, Kendall was born in this house.
Okay. And then you sold this to Will and Be Kind.
Yep.
And they lived there for many years as he taught and coached and stuff like that in the high school.
I think I sold them that, if I can recall, for $14,000.
Do you remember what year that was? Any idea? What year did you build that house that we'll look at in a second?
Well, that's the same one, the same year.
Oh, okay.
I can't think.
Well,
I should have some reference points.
No, you're fine. You're fine, and maybe those things will come back to you as we drive.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to spin back the tape in your memory, don't you?
Yeah.
There's lots of things that have happened. Do you have any idea how many years you lived here, off the top of your head, or just generally speaking?
Well, I remembered we got Peary when we lived here.
You did, okay.
And we had to have a bigger house than Hyatt said, because we had another child.
Yeah.
And we sold this house to people with 7 people.
7 people.
They made it work.
And you moved here for 5 people, huh?
Yeah. Here.
So we're going to turn here.
Kendall lives now.
Yep.
And we had that for 43 years, I believe.
Wow.
And Kendall lives there now.
That was a nice house. I was in there multiple times because I went to school with Ellen, and so you guys would open your doors sometimes to hooligans.
Dodgy
Yeah.
characters.
So you lived there 43 years.
Yeah, that I remember.
Wow. That's amazing.
And as I said, I've only moved 4 blocks
Yeah.
in 92 years.
So, John, let me just, while we're sitting here looking at the park, the Lions Club Park, do you have any idea, was that, when you moved into this yellow house back
Yeah.
here, you didn't build that house, did you?
Yeah, Harold Bealow built it.
Harold Bulow built that. And was this, I think this park started in like 65 or 66?
Well, when we lived here, it wasn't a park right away.
What was it?
A
Farmland?
cornfield.
Cornfield, okay.
And the Lions Club bought 14 acres here
Okay.
for $700 from Royston's.
Oh, from Royston's?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Jerry McDonald, do you remember that name?
I don't.
Mervyn McDonald.
That they lived just
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mervyn and...
Yeah, their son worked for Coldest Hardware
Okay.
for Bill Kennedy, and we bought a lawnmower, and he diligently turned it in the cornfield into by rolling it to get the hills down,
Yeah.
and really turned it into the first stage of the park here.
Yeah.
There's actually 3 stages to the park.
Yeah. So the first one was some equipment and the ball field. Was that the first
Yep.
stage?
Yeah.
And one of the shelters. The first shelter
The
was
first
that.
shelter,
Okay, I think I remember that as a kid.
Yeah,
And then what was the second stage?
Called the John Wick edition.
Oh, okay.
Not John Wick, John Schwartz.
John Schwartz. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was a wonderful citizen. I didn't have a father to take me places, and he'd take me to Boy Scout camp along
Really?
with people. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Very, very, very gracious and dedicated to him.
Huh.
Nice person.
Very nice. Yeah. 1968 was when they built the pool.
Yeah.
And so I was always envious of people like yourself and your kids that you were so close to the pool. But there were probably drawbacks too. I mean, there were ball games. Did you like that? I mean, they had softball games down here till all hours of the night.
One of the things Haya was, when we got married, this is, in today's society, this would be thought of as a derogatory thing, but she wanted to be a mother and a housewife.
Mm-hmm.
I say today, if you don't want to be an airplane pilot or something.
We hear you.
Brain surgeon, a woman.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of how that evolved. And I ran the fireworks for 43 years, and I started them over here. I think that's in the book.
It is, okay.
Yeah. That
You started them over here behind your house or something?
no, I started them shooting across the street.
Oh, okay.
And yeah. And,
Not as many regulations back then, or?
well, I made my own. Anyway, the second or third year, I forgot that I did it. I paid for it myself from the store.
Okay.
And Doc Beckham, a bunch of people took up a little collection, and that year they got more money than I spent.
Oh, nice.
So I thought, well, I was president of the Lions Club that year, and this will make a good Lions Club project.
Mm-hmm.
So it did. It was in and out of the Lions. There were some people so dedicated against. He said shooting money up in the air.
Oh, I see.
So there was you always need a villain. So he didn't like my fireworks.
Because waste of money because you're not really getting anything for it.
Yeah.
But people still look at. I mean, they love those fireworks. They look forward to
when we had them down here, it's a different world before they invented the term the electric match.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I think it's in the book or the pamphlet. I'm not sure. But it took a lot of people to run the fireworks.
Okay.
We dug in 4 different size holes, and we needed 4 people for each hole.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
A cleaner, a stuffer, a handler, and a lighter.
It's almost like shooting off a cannon or something.
Yeah, and I ran it just like Adolf Hitler.
You were the dictator? Or
Yeah,
what?
absolutely.
Did you have a hard hat on? I mean, was there ever? Were you ever in
We ever
danger?
had any uniforms or nothing.
Were you ever in danger?
It was always in danger.
Okay.
Some people got hurt
Really?
on occasion, and some people lost their hearing on occasion. So two of my son-in-laws never really forgave me because I got them. But when I started it, we had a ground thing where we had a person shoot an arrow through the air that was lit on fire, and great ground displays.
Really?
Yeah, that people
That
loved.
you actually had to shoot an arrow through?
It was on a string.
Yeah.
With
okay.
a fire, fire following it. And we had a series of those. Ron Kerr, Ron,
Yeah.
he took care of the ground displays. Kimball took care of the shoot 'em up ones. So we had a good team going. That was before the electric match.
Yeah. Which is.
Now they come in crates,
Yeah.
and there's a radio tune on one end of it. When they want to shoot 'em up, they push the button.
Yeah.
So it's safer,
Yeah.
much safer.
Yeah. You were invested, financially invested, physically, and with your physical safety too.
Well, I paid for them every year myself.
Yeah.
And
To what year do you remember? I mean, what year did they start? Did you?
I think that's in the book. I don't
Okay.
recall.
But you did it for 43 years.
Yeah. Then I passed it on to he worked. He doesn't work for the village. He's there. What's his name?
Is he the village comptroller?
Administrator.
Okay, Peter Hebner.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought he would be a good person
Yeah.
because he was the valedictorian, and he also got along with people because he delivered coffee to
Oh yeah.
farmers for
Yeah.
12 years. So they hurt his back.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't involved in anything civically, so nobody was pissed off at him yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, I felt he'd be a good one.
Yeah.
And I never heard from him.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Ah.
And his wife took over.
Oh, okay. Candace.
And got pretty much funding from companies
Okay.
rather than relying on
Yeah.
collections.
Got it. Okay.
So anyway, it was a different era.
Yeah.
And
I don't think people know that you started kind of started the fireworks in
Yeah.
Mazo, because they're a big deal.
Well, they still are. I'm
Yeah.
proud of my getting them started.
Yeah. That's and John, one quick question as we drive down Park Street here. I tried to figure out, because I was born in '60, and so my memory doesn't serve me very well for. I've heard that the park was started in '65 or '66, but was there a street here? This wasn't always called Park Street because there wasn't a street here.
I forgot what the name of it was.
But was there a street
There's
here or
street
a road
here.
or something?
Yeah, but it was a gravel one.
It was,
at
okay.
that time.
So all the streets to the left of us here, like Henry and
Some of
Ann and
those
stuff,
were new.
those were new. Okay.
Hey everybody, Nate's got his motor stuck in some seaweed. Hey now. And you're watching the original Father Son Voiceover Podcast.
Would you rather live in an area with no in an era with no worldwide web, internet, and social media, or right now? Would you rather have a personal chef or a personal massage therapist slash chiropractor? Last one, would you rather have a mullet for a year or be bald for 6 months? So what are your best
Mine, so I've got, would you rather swim in a pool of Nutella or a pool of maple syrup? I looked these up on Google for about 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. Did he ask for your best or?
He's just asking what it is.
Sorry, did you have anything to bring?
Don't.
Did you want to show up?
By the way, we're back from our interview with John Trager, so keep going. You can just lead this into mine.
Okay, we're doing what would you rather? And then my next one would be,
Would you rather answer one of Dad's would you rather, or would you rather answer one of Hudson's?
Oh, that was only one. Let's see what
Okay,
he's got.
all right. But that was
Might get
part of his
better.
best.
Well, no, it was just
Not his best.
Okay,
just
so
what he's
so you've heard my three and you've heard his one. Now he's looking.
Discouraged.
Drew shows up late here. Like he owns the place, doesn't bring anything to the podcast, and then I've got a couple, but maybe we could go through all of them real quick. Let's go with yours. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, John.
Yes.
Would you rather live in an era with worldwide, I don't have my glasses,
How about
with
internet?
World Wide Web, internet,
Throw him his
social
glasses.
media, or right now?
Without.
Without
era now
or
or
right now?
Well, I think that assumes that some other. I don't know what that assumes, because a huge thing for me would be is running water in a bathroom and things like that.
Well, no,
Do you need the internet to run your
No, I'm just saying that I didn't know what we're
everything
talking
would be
about.
the same.
Everything
would be the same except no internet.
I mean, I couldn't have the job that I have currently without the World Wide Web, but I didn't feel like I was missing anything because I grew up without the internet, or not fully, but for some part of my growing up years, and I didn't feel bad about it. So I don't think I would need it. I mean, if you have TV, that's kind of nice, but the World Wide Web would not be something that would be that missed to me. I don't think in the end. So I guess I would live as long as there's running water and air conditioning and things like that. I think I'm good without the internet.
You ride over to Michigan though and listen to Gunsmoke on the radio.
Yep.
Would that be available if you didn't have the internet? Probably.
Maybe you could find. I mean, you could still probably find a way.
Because the
to-
radio would still be around.
You probably
Radio would be,
Well, you'd still probably have like stores where you could go and purchase. I would think tapes or CDs and things like that. So you could probably find those kind of things.
So
and you wouldn't know any better.
So the television wouldn't be part of the internet.
Correct.
No.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm. Yeah. So I just. Was,
But I'd have
so
to
you
be able
could
to
have
find a way to get
VCR.
those things if I
VCR back in the day. Those
just
were
make
great.
sure you don't get charged $1 for.
Yeah.
Blockbuster would be
Because
really
you're
happy.
back,
do
back
like
in
when
business.
Blockbuster was doing.
So
really
yeah,
well.
that was a long way of. I get what you're
you're
saying.
fine.
Then I
That
would
was
say
okay.
Okay,
yes.
so now we got time for one more.
Well, go ahead.
No,
You answer it.
Am I gonna? Okay.
Would you rather?
This is tough. So I'm gonna pick because I couldn't work without mine either, without the internet either, with my business. But there's something that I kind of like about, like when I do go out and stuff like that, not being connected to anything. It's kind of nice. And we talk about with you guys would leave and go somewhere to work for hours, and you'd come back at night to a place that's you got no cell phone to call or anything like that. Who do you call?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Yeah. That's mine.
Go ahead, Joel.
I think that I would do. I would
Do something so rash.
Yeah, writer at a mom with a slash. I think that I would prefer not having the internet. I think it just sends you back to a more simple time.
All right, Drew.
I probably would be. I like the internet fine.
You couldn't do much of your job without the internet right now either.
Yeah, I what was the rest of these? Internet,
Social media and
World
Wide Web. I think they're all connected.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, social media. I don't know if I really care that much about that kind of stuff, but yeah. I mean, sometimes kind of nice with the internet. You can buy things online, and there's some nice things about that. But I don't know if I would be bothered having to go without it.
What would be a similar question? Would I rather go back to horse and buggy than to have an automobile?
Ooh, well.
Have you ever traveled in a horse and buggy when it's 45 degrees and rainy?
Nope.
I'd rather be in a car
I have
every
not.
single time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I haven't either.
I remember when
But
we
I can imagine.
rode the big old Clydesdales, not rode the Clydesdales, but when Matt Parman, I think,
Yeah.
when he that was scary.
Yeah.
Those are big animals,
Yeah. Yeah.
and didn't feel like you had any control over them.
No.
Well, you did.
You know,
I certainly didn't.
I would probably
Matt didn't have
there
that
are
control.
there are things about a simpler life, like I've told you boys. You know, we had a little farmette in Michigan in the 80s, and no answering machine, no cell phones, and you just, you know, you hear the phone ring. If you don't get in to answer it, well, they'll stop by or they'll call again.
Yeah.
And there's something kind of nice about that. You just kind of let it go. You just learn to do that. But then going backwards, I try to think about, or like indoor toilet as opposed to outdoor toilet. It's like, I don't know if I want to go back to any of it, you know?
Those are pretty simple to me. Those types of.
But air conditioning, well, you know, air conditioning and no air conditioning, just lots of things like that. I'm just saying, generally speaking, it's easy to say, oh, it'd be so nice to be without the internet. But all of us make our money because of the internet. Almost everything is connected to the internet. I don't know what would happen to our world.
Running water, like John said, that would be huge. I think I'd rather use the bathroom out in
Nature?
out there, as long as I didn't have to go and boil my own water. Like that, those decisions.
Those are trade-offs. Would you rather? You could do another one of those.
Yeah.
That might have been Hudson's good ones.
But like if your only access to water was down
The creek.
at the creek. I mean, obviously we'd probably live close to the creek, but if you'd have to go down, lug your water back, and then boil it to either drink it or bathe in it or whatever, it's like
you wouldn't be bathing. I had one kind of like that. Can I do that one?
Nutella.
Please do.
Syrup.
No,
Let's
not
go right
that
to
one.
the
no.
next one.
I was gonna say, would you rather give up your phone for a month or bathing for a month?
Phone.
I'd rather give up my phone for a
Yeah.
month. I would have a hard time with my job. Still,
Without a phone?
You might not have a job if you go and not bathing for a month.
It's true.
That's true. That's true.
Would I? I mean,
Well, how what's the longest? What's the longest you've gone?
doing that too.
What's the longest you've gone without showering? It's been a long.
For me, probably 2 days.
I mean, 9-year-old Drew would have no problem.
yeah,
8th grade.
right. A month.
Throw those soccer
no
shorts
issue.
on, and I'm good to go.
No issue with that, huh?
No.
Yeah. I suppose if you lived with other people, they'd have a vote
Yeah.
on that.
9-year-old
obviously.
Drew didn't smell as bad as
No.
33-year-old Drew.
No doubt. But did we all kind of answered that collectively?
Yeah, see, those are real quick ones. That's why I did them, because they're real quick.
okay.
They're kind of no-brainers.
Give us the syrup one again. I think I can answer that one quickly.
Okay, here's another one for Dad. Go ahead.
Okay. Are
Give
we
us
going to keep
another
going?
one. Well, yours are so long-winded. We can't.
Well, they don't have to be.
Well, I made
My
up
bad,
my
my
own.
bad.
Is
My
why
bad.
I made up
I'll
my
do
own.
better.
I
I'll
didn't
do
go to
better
the
this
internet.
time.
No, I
Because I was planning
we
on
took a long time.
I was planning on not having the internet.
I'll do better this time.
Okay.
I use the internet.
Would you
I'll just
rather
answer it
have a
quickly.
mullet for a year or be bald for 6 months?
I'd rather have a mullet because I've got that tube in the back of my head and
Oh, from your brain
scarring.
surgery.
I'm
yeah.
trying to hold off as long as I can before, because then it's just like a broken arm.
Fortunate not Hudson.
Yeah, a broken arm, because then everybody's like, "What's that scar on the back of your head?" You know. So kinda nice.
That was simple.
Well, I've been bald for 6 months, so I can say that I'd probably rather have a mullet because I've never been able to grow a mullet.
Okay.
No, kind of.
I would go with a mullet because it's coming back. It's coming back in style.
You'd be able to grow one. You should grow one. You got nice.
I can't get anything. I can't get it to go.
See,
It
that's
would
the
have to be.
thing.
Mine grows like this.
And right up here, too.
Yes, right up
You-
here
Joe would
and
have
right
just a-
here.
a
It doesn't.
horn.
It just kind of gets
The lines
wider.
made,
It doesn't
yeah.
get longer.
Yeah.
Really.
I would probably do bald, and because if somebody were to say, "Why are you bald?" I'd say it was so I don't have to have a mullet.
Well, yeah, good
That'd
point.
be my answer.
Yeah.
But you see the kids nowadays. They're wearing the mullet.
They are repping mullets.
I grew up in the 80s, and I didn't ever buy into the mullet. I never liked them. So I'd go bald before I go, before I go
That'd
mullet,
be
because
a
I had a
huge
choice.
head.
And lots of you might cause accidents with the reflection.
It's just a big mullet.
If people ask if I could have a solar panel put on my head,
Yeah.
probably. Do you want to try one more,
Let's
or
try
should
one
we
more.
just, or should
Yeah,
we just
I
be
say
done?
we try one more.
Okay, is it yours or mine?
Let's try Hudson's. I want to hear another one. That's half
These aren't
the-
Hudson's,
that's half
they're
the
the
fun.
internet.
That's the internet. That's right.
These are the ones
I'm
that Hudson
sorry.
thought were good.
They were quick ones. Well, I'll go with. Would
The,
you
the
rather?
sad thing is that they're not original.
Would
Like,
you
I mean, if
rather
they're
Drew
original,
keep talking, or would you rather me finish? What would you say? They're not original.
go ahead.
They're not original on the original.
I wish
Father
that
Son
they were
podcast.
original at least.
Well, some of them were kind of supposed to be goofy, but you guys don't have any. You guys don't have a sense of humor, so. So I have. Would you rather run at 100 miles per hour or fly at 20 miles per hour?
oh,
I saw that one on Google.
Oh, I thought you said you didn't use the internet. Yours were original.
They were, because none of them were as good as the ones that I came
sorry.
up with.
I
you
would
get the script
rather.
writing,
I would
too.
rather. I would rather run at 100 miles an hour. So I think you'd get there faster
You know
than
where
flying.
I'd run everywhere if I could run that
Yep.
fast.
yes, yeah.
Me too. I'd run.
I mean, the only thing that would be bad is if that's all. That's the like if you just as soon as
0
you
to
start.
100?
Yeah, if you're 0 to 100 the whole time, then it's like
You're running
okay.
into things probably a lot.
Yeah,
But are you talking about just like Superman just taking off and flying yourself?
I think that's
Like
flying.
that
At
would
20
be-
miles per hour.
I'm not talking. Yeah, I'd fly. That'd be
20 miles an
fun.
hour would feel faster, I think, than you think.
Yeah.
yeah, but it would
100
take you
miles
so
an hour
long
would
to
be really
get to
fast.
places.
That's
Hey,
true.
you were up with Mike
I was.
in that ultralight. How fast was he going?
70 some miles an
Oh,
hour.
did that feel
It
fast?
felt it. I don't know how
Because
to.
up in the wide blue yonder,
It was
you're
so
not.
I went up there and I thought I was gonna be really. I was kind of nervous before because I thought you look at the thing and there's like 4 poles holding onto a thing and you're sitting on a seat. Anyway, it was actually I was more like when you got up there it was more fun because it was like riding on a moped or something like that. You could feel the wind in your hair except for you were in the sky, of course. And you could see everything.
The wind in your hair.
Your mullet.
The wind on my scalp. Yeah. So that was that was kind of fun. We were going pretty quick. He went down one time real close to the corn, about 5 feet, 10 feet from the corn, and that was. He said
70 miles an hour.
he said he's crashed like 10 times.
Really?
You're telling me this now?
Yeah,
We should probably shouldn't said his last name.
fair. Come on, maybe take that out.
I'd rather fly. I mean, when I was sprinting at heights, I don't know how fast I
You
could
came
go, but
pretty
I
close.
go real
Yeah.
fast. Not 100 miles an hour, but I'd rather fly. It's something different.
But yeah, 20 miles an hour is pretty fast. I mean, if it was like 5 miles an hour.
I wonder why they chose 20
Wonder if you'd
miles.
get pulled
an hour.
over for breaking the speed limit running.
100 miles an hour, that'd be fast. I don't know if they. Yeah, I don't know if they.
They
even
catch
really-
you?
One time when I was running down Walter Road, they had one of those speed things.
Oh yeah,
And I was
7?
going about 7 miles an hour.
that's disappointing.
No, it's probably off. It's 9. Anyway, is that all we got?
We want to thank John Trager for
Yeah.
going on a ride with
Very
us. He'll
much.
be going on a ride with us for quite a long time yet because we spent quite a bit of time with him. So we'll have quite a few of these segments. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment. Smash that.
Like
Oh,
button.
boy. Ooh,
See, that's what people say. Smash that.
please don't do that.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, you can if you want.
That's what they say on
Yeah,
video.
smash that like button.
Yeah, smash that like button. And we also want to thank Michelle Van Schindig for being our one and only
Had a Danish.
real
I was
today.
gonna say the Danishes are back, huh?
Well,
Yeah.
for
She
Friday,
freed the-
she once in a
She
while.
freed the Danishes.
Yeah, much
what-
to her
that's-
chagrin.
Kale got
Yelled it out the
got his
window.
wish.
Yeah.
And what else do we want to? Who else do we want to thank? Anybody else?
I don't know. Thank us for being here and doing it again.
Episode 73.
Apologize for being late.
It's okay.
No problem. You have your job.
Well, thanks for watching. Check out number 74 next week. See you later.